now on. You gotta let me fly. I'm a peacock. And moves out.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Stephen J. And I'm here with Simply Steve. And we are talking about wrestling. WWE, WWF, UWF, WCW, AWA, ECW. Maybe a little TNA. So, I'm breaking with tradition. We're coming to you live Monday night while Raw's going on in the background. He's over here freaking out. What are you doing? What's going on? What are you doing? We've never done this before. This is totally wrong. What are we going to do? How are we going to talk about Raw? And Raw's going on now. Well, I'm going to tell you why. I said roll the film because of what's happening now. I was so disgusted with what happened last night.
There's a report going around that you were seen talking to John Cena.
And we gonna talk about this.
As director of operations, I can only interpret that as an act of aggression against the authority, which works out well, because I'd like to commit an act of aggression against a certain bleached blonde superstar who claims to steal the show every time he's in the ring.
Like he did last night.
To make that superstar squeal in pain. I'd like to end that superstar. See you in the ring, Dolph.
Alright. So, last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome WWE Hall of Famer, the Immortal Hulk.
I don't really care what Hulk Hogan got to say. Well, he's going to talk about breast cancer awareness. That's all great and good. But let's do something like this, brother. But let me tell you, because he's coming down with the wrong music anyway. You really want to see the crowd pop? Let him come out to his NWO music. Need to let him come out like that, not the 1980s music that nobody can relate to. All right. So I was so ticked off last night about the pay-per-view.
They did it again.
I'm not even gonna call it Hell in a Cell. I'm gonna call it What the Hell in a Cell. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I don't even know what the heck happened last night. That was this what? And then I'm like, okay, well maybe they got an explanation. Tonight on Raw. Raw starts off, and after 20 minutes into the stupid show, I'm like, this is stupid. What are they doing? My boy Justin LeBar, he was going off on Twitter last night. The fake CM Punk, he was going off on Twitter last night. Darn near everybody was going off on Twitter last night about Hell in a Cell. And I just got to say, right then and there, I'm like, I just had to express myself because I am verbally upset with the WWE because they are charging us $9.99 for this, and I expect a better product. I want $10 product. Let's round it up, not no $9.99 product. See, let me tell you something, brother. Let me rewind it.
You know something, the maniacs, I can't believe how happy I was when I saw John Cena win Hell.
Shut up. Oh, forget. I don't even want to rewind it. So anyway, my match of the night goes to Dolph Ziggler and Cesaro.
Blowout win for Dolph wins.
Best out of 3 match. Those 3 stole the show. That was the #1 show for me last night. Was what they did and what they put on. I think the camera's crooked, but I don't even feel like fixing it right now. But that was the highlight for me last night. So we're gonna go quickly through the matches. So what was the matches last night? All right. We're gonna get back to what I'm very disgusted with. You know what? Bump all that. Let's get to what I'm very disgusted with. No,
let's build it up.
No, we don't need to build it up. Let's build it up now.
All right.
So let's just go to the so-called 2 main events last night. And I tweeted the WWE last night, and I said to them, I asked the question. Of course, I didn't get a reply. I guess I gotta fire somebody like they fired Alberto Del Rio, and then that one fan commented about it, and they fired back saying, well, when you do something unprofessional, whatever. I tweeted them, I said, is John Cena the only WWE superstar in wrestling right now? Because, I mean, he's like the commercial, he's like the cartoon character that they're running and stuff like that, and the background keeps repeating itself every 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, there's that tree again. 1, 2, 3, there's that tree again. 1, 2, 3, there's that tree again. And here we go with the tree again, and his name is John Stinking Dumb Cena.
The moment that they said the winner of the match was going to face Brock Lesnar, I knew it was going to be John
hold on,
Cena.
and here's the thing like this. Okay, John Cena and Dean Ambrose fight for a chance to face Seth Rollins. They're both so angry and they gotta get to Seth Rollins. But then you throw a stipulation in there and say, well, the winner of this match will face Seth Rollins, but the loser will fight for a #1 contendership against Brock Lesnar. Excuse me, I would rather lose. Go ahead and take care of Seth Rollins. I'll get him some other time. But right now I got a chance to go after Brock Lesnar. Please, let me go at him. So that's stupid in itself right then and there. So you got John Cena and Randy Orton. And I'm going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, what did I give that match? I'm going to give that match a 5. I'm going to give it a 5. The only highlight that I really liked of that match is when John Cena was doing his dumb shoulder block, and then out of nowhere, Randy Orton hit him with the RKO. And let me just show you, John Cena was going for an attitude adjustment, and Randy Orton hit it with another RKO. Here's the problem with that.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody knew that he hit him with the RKO. Michael Cole didn't even know that he hit him with the RKO because he was like, oh my God, attitude adjustment. He's going for it. Oh, John Cena. Then he was like, oh wait, he hit me. Oh, Randy Orton switched it. Let's look at the replay. We have to go rewind it to see. Oh yeah, I guess he did do it. So not only did I didn't see it, Michael Cole didn't see it. Nobody in the WWE universe that was watching it last night saw it.
I saw it.
He lied. He's that boy from the thing when Taker lost. They had his picture up on Raw last week. I was like, why don't they leave my son alone and stop putting his picture up there?
Because he's done it before. I can see the moment he was already going for the attitude. I can see his hands already going.
But again, my point is, the fans in the arena didn't see it. Michael Cole didn't even see it. Jerry King and JBL didn't even see it. They had to look. Oh, I guess he did do that. So again, for me, the match, I put it like this:
the match would have been
Randy Orton looked better than John Cena in that match.
He dominated most of the match.
And that's my complaint with John Cena. He has that Hulk Hogan moment where he's dominated for 50 minutes of the match, and then in the last 5 minutes he goes on a dumb flurry, and then all of a sudden it's over. It's the big boot, it's the kick, it's the drop leg, it's the 1, 2, 3, and it's over. Oh, come on. Randy Orton deserved to win that daggone match. And then you got the other main event, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. First of all,
Dean climbs to the top of the cage.
Hold on. Here's my problem with Hell in a Cell. Undertaker and Mankind, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley set the bar for every Hell in a Cell. You want that. We need that. They tried to do it when Undertaker was facing Rikishi, and they fought on top of the cage, and he threw Rikishi off into a truck that was halfway up in the air anyway, so it ain't like he fell that far. He fell on a bunch of hay. So of course, Dean Ambrose climbs to the top, Seth Rollins gets up there, Jamie Noble and Johnny Mercury up there, whatever. That part was stupid. I didn't really like it. And then when they finally started fighting, it was okay. But then the part where they fight on the way down, and then they both fall through the table.
I can already tell when he headbutt him and he felt, I can just see that he let go.
Yeah, I was like, oh come on, that doesn't. You're trying to create something that just happened. When Tank threw Mankind off of the thing, nobody in the world expected that.
I was looking at
nobody in the world. When I saw it, I completely thought wrestling for that moment was real at that moment. And I was sitting there thinking like, oh my God, did the Undertaker just lose his mind, or did he just throw Mankind off the top of the steel cage like that, off the top of the Hell in a Cell? I was like, oh my God, is he crazy? And then when he did it again, I was like, what? And I gotta give it up to Jim Ross and Jerry King Lawler, because Jim was like, oh my God, he's broken in half. He's broken in half. And Jerry the King was like, okay, that's it. He's dead.
that was, I saw it on YouTube yesterday. It was just like, he's dead. It was just.
So that was unexpected. That last night, I could have wrote the script. This is what they're gonna do, and they did. When they finally got inside the ring, inside the cage,
Dean dominated.
The match was okay. Again, when they fought at SummerSlams, that was the bar setter. Unfortunately, the next night on Raw, or whenever they fought the second time,
it wasn't that far below.
It wasn't that as good.
It was so good. It was so like
last night was again below the first two matches.
Okay, hold on, wait. If you're gonna count the one at SummerSlam, that one's a 10. The one they had the next night on Raw, that has to be like a 9.
No.
8 at most.
No.
It was.
I'll give it an 8. But it wasn't.
Good.
No, it was okay.
The one last night, I'm gonna have to give that a 7.
I'm giving it a 6.5.
Whenever they get in the ring together, it's exciting. You cannot.
It's exciting, but again, the way it ended, with the lights going out, when Bray Wyatt comes in and he attacks Ambrose.
I was mad.
Let
Ambrose win.
Here's the thing. I like Bray Wyatt. I actually look and get excited for the fact that him and Bray Wyatt are gonna, because they're two crazies, gonna be going at it in the ring. Bray Wyatt has something that I don't think that they quite tapped into correctly yet since his first debut and his feud with Cena. After that has gone down, but I think they got the right guy in Dean Ambrose. But my problem is that no, not that he's alone. That you interrupted a match that had the potential to be something great, and we never really, as a fan, got to see it ending. If I'm gonna see Seth Rollins win, I want to see Seth Rollins win. If Dean's gonna win, I want to see Dean win. I don't want to see Bray Wyatt come in and interrupt the match, so you don't really have any type of conclusion to this feud.
It's frustrating because it's like he comes out the next night or comes out next week and says, I did it, I beat Ambrose. But every time he's beaten Ambrose, there's been some distraction, there's been something that hinders Dean Ambrose from winning the match. Thus, Seth Rollins capitalizing on that and winning the match.
So again, that's my problem.
Technically, Seth Rollins has never, by himself, beat Dean Ambrose.
And I was thinking about buying stock into WWE, but after the show that they've been putting on lately, it's just going down. Hey, Ryback's back.
What if he's a good guy now?
Hold on, I think the fans are saying feed me more. Let's see. See? Did I call that or what?
I don't see his old partner with him.
Did I call that? That Ryback needs to come back how he was before. So let's see.
Oh, wait, I saw he's doing it. That's why what we got for him.
He's gonna face Bo Dallas. He made an open challenge.
Open challenge.
I issued an open challenge. Now it's time to find out
Who called this?
who believes
I did.
they can beat me.
That's Erwin R. Seicher's son, IRS. I forgot his real name because
It's like Nolan Ryan or Earl Campbell in Texas. Bo.
that's That's what he did when he first came. That's what he did when he first came.
I still see Ryback rules in the back though.
He's back to his Goldberg routine again. He should have stayed with that in the first place.
It's still not a huge pop though. It's not like everyone was screaming, "Oh my God, he's back!"
Well, hold on. Let's listen to the Feed Me More chant. Look at that guy right there. He's like, who's that guy? I don't know who that guy is.
For the sake of inspiration, they don't need to start this match. Get out of there, Bo. The Feed Me More chants ringing through the AT&T Center.
I don't believe.
Bo Dallas better dig down deep for some inspiration, guys.
They better not have Ryback lose to this match, because if he loses, you ruined him. And remind me to talk about Mizdow, because I heard something the other day that I was actually shocked about. He's going for the meat hook. Finish it.
This is going to be real funny. Here's Ryback setting up Bo Dallas for the shell shock. I don't think that's the yell everything he's going to do before he does it. Now this is inspirational, John. To Bo Dallas.
You got a guy who could be on Team Cena though, but you know he should stay away from Cena. He's why he went heel in the first place.
Short work of Bo Dallas. Hey, teach Bo Dallas to run his mouth and make an open challenge. Bo Dallas said he'd fight anybody. He didn't say anything about Ryback.
He said he'll fight anybody.
Look at this again. There's not anybody.
Alright. So where was I? But I called the Ryback thing. If you bring Ryback back, when he comes back, he has to come back as a face.
Again,
a face.
It wasn't a pop, but they were chanting "Feed Me More."
And again, I said he has to come back.
They were chanting "Feed Me More" when he was killed.
Okay, no, he was not. When he was with, no, he wasn't. No, they wasn't.
No.
They were still chanting Goldberg for him, to make fun of him. But they wasn't saying "Feed Me More" when he was with that McGillicuddy.
You gotta look at the older videos, man. They were. We said it.
Anyway, so what were we talking about?
Ambrose not winning.
So my problem is the fact that how he lost. Come on.
It's
Hell in a Cell is a cage. It's a cage match. If you're going to end the feud, it has to end in the cage. They did it to say there's a possibility of them doing it 3 months down the road, probably in January, them coming back into it. So possibly by WrestleMania, you're finally going to have a conclusion to Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Okay, I can go again. I don't like it. You don't put on a product like that. So then you have coming in Monday Night Raw. Triple H come down with Seth Rollins. They're congratulating like Bray Wyatt didn't do anything. Randy Orton comes up. Love Randy Orton. Always a fan of Randy Orton. Hit him with the RKO out of nowhere again. So obviously, John Cena's going to be in the traditional Survivor Series match. I think. Is that the next pay-per-view?
See, it's Survivor Series.
So is he going to face, what's the name at Survivor Series? Or are you going to be in the traditional Survivor Series match?
It's going to be Team Cena against Team Authority.
Okay, so when is he going to fight Brock Lesnar? Brock Lesnar
Rumble.
That's stupid. So Brock Lesnar's getting 2 months off? Again. What's wrong with the WWE? You got a champion who's going to possibly be out for 2 daggone months. And you're going to pretend that he doesn't even exist? Hey, Paul Heyman, I'm coming after your guy in 60 days. That's just like The Rock telling you challenging John Cena. Guess what? I'm challenging you to a fight. But not tonight, though. Next year. What? Come on.
Hold on. That was exceptional. That's The Rock. They ain't gonna fight on Raw.
Okay, The Rock can do it. When he did it, I'm like, really? After The Rock said that, I was like, next year, Rock? Really? Ain't nobody trying to hear.
Maybe SummerSlam was acceptable.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Next year, then it got close, okay. But nobody wants to hear. I want to see you put Cena in his place then and there. Come on. But then you're going to sit there and he's going to challenge him in 60 days at the Royal Rumble? That's some bull crap. Like I said, the title's not Hell in a Cell. It's what the hell in a cell. Because what in the world is going on? What in the world is going on? I'm so upset about this. Upset about this.
This feud right here reminds me kind of John Cena and CM Punk, because CM Punk and John Cena had a feud going on back and forth, and CM Punk always overcame until it was on a Raw episode where Cena finally defeated CM Punk so he can go on to face The Rock at WrestleMania. I can kind of see how it's kind of
CM Punk did not like that because he knew darn well John Cena didn't deserve. And again, I see what CM Punk is saying. As a matter of fact, speaking of CM Punk, there was an interview where CM Punk was interviewing with some guy. I don't know. It's on YouTube.
He was interviewing or he got interviewed?
He got interviewed. And he was talking about the interview with him and Triple H. And apparently he was basically they was like, this is what we want to do. And he was like, I don't need you. You need me. And he was like, I am this. Basically, Punk was like, I am the company. And you mean to tell me that you're going to put me behind this guy and this, that, and the other, or whatever? Then I heard an interview with Paul Heyman did with Chris Jericho on Talk is Jericho. And he was like, Paul wouldn't allude to what happened, and I understand why, because he still works for the company. And he was like, nobody knows what happened behind those doors between CM Punk, Vince McMahon, and Triple H. And he was like, but whatever happened behind the doors, Punk didn't like it, and that's why Punk left, and he doesn't think Punk is coming back. No, it wasn't Talk is Jericho. It was actually Stone Cold's show. He was interviewing Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman was like, he doesn't think Punk is going to come back because, and I kind of can see where CM Punk
he must be mad
is coming from, because he's feeling like, look, ever since his pipe bomb moment, he was riding the wave, and you obviously felt he was good enough to hold the title for 400 and something days.
434.
And then all of a sudden, John Cena technically comes back and he's healthy, whatever, and he's no longer doing any more sucky movies or anything like that. And so, let's kick him to the curb now. Let's put all the onus on John Cena again. So if I'm CM Punk, yes, I am mad, because here's the issue. Because they've been just showing the attitude era this, the attitude era this. You can't show what you were great at and then give us this, because you had The Rock, you had Stone Cold, and you had DX. You had 3 top tiers.
4.
Who's the 4th?
Well, I know you're counting them as 1, but technically it's 4 guys.
It's still 3, because I'm counting them as a group. You have these 3 guys that was battling supremacy as far as a #1 spot, and we love it. The problem right now is no one can take the #1 spot from John Cena.
See this.
No,
he may be down for a couple of months.
No, here, hold on. Then no one can take the #1 spot from John Cena. If they do, it's only for like a week or so, and then all of a sudden it's back to John. I'm being facetious. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I mean.
Okay.
But the it's only for a couple of weeks, and then Cena comes back. Oh, he's the champion again. Case in point, see Alberto Del Rio. He wins the title. He's riding the wave. Cena comes back. Oh, you're going to face John Cena. Next week, he loses. He loses the title. Then all of a sudden, he's somehow back on Raw, and he's going against Punk, and he wins that title, and this, that, and the other. Again, you don't get a chance to be somebody as long as John Cena's in the company, because he's the focal point. Let's focus everything around him. He has to be the champion, so therefore, no one actually gets a break. Yeah, Daniel Bryan beat John Cena. John Cena had a big old fat elbow, looking like Popeye. So he was going for that. How long would he have held on to the title before he gave it back up to John Cena? Cena again. He's a superhero. He's coming back and he's a fighting champion. So again, he got hurt. Let's give it to Daniel Bryan until you get back. What happened when John Cena got back? He beat Alberto Del Rio for the title. Then what happened after that? He beat CM Punk to go on to win the title again. So again, John Cena is the only one in the company. When you got guys like Dolph Ziggler who's busting their butt every week, giving the fans a show. And yet you mean to tell me that it took him this long to win a title since he won the actual World Heavyweight Champion with him and Vicky Guerrero, and the show that he's been putting on as the Intercontinental Champion, you mean to tell me that he has not lined himself up as a #1 contender for the title yet? After what this man has been putting on SmackDown and Raw every week and the pay-per-views? Give me a break.
Now, I have something that kind of counter or rather question. You said that, again, I know you were paraphrasing, that Cena gets like a week off.
He's a Cena fan now.
No, I'm not. Or a month off or whatever like that. And then it goes back to Cena being on top. But the problem is, if that was true, would Punk have been the WWE champion for 434 days? If that was true. The longest reign in 25 years. Would that have been true?
Okay, where was John Cena?
He beat Cena.
And where was John Cena at? He was making movies.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He was. Remember, that was the year he was having a second year because he lost to The Rock.
Yeah, he lost to The Rock, and also because he lost to The Rock, he was making a few movies, so he wasn't that much. Who was he feuding with?
See, he feuded with John Laurinaitis. He feuded with Big Show. He feuded with Punk for a while.
Okay, again, that's my point.
He feuded with Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, what was he doing? He didn't really feud with Dolph Ziggler. I mean, what was he doing? He was doing other things, so therefore he could not technically commit to.
And that whole thing about Cena beating Punk to go on to face The Rock, and when he didn't deserve it, okay, but I can see that whole storyline. The Rock comes back, Brock beats Cena. Now Cena has a whole second year. Now it's Cena's comeback journey as he prefers to get his revenge and beat The Rock.
Again, as I stated, when you're John Cena and you get a chance, you don't get that chance for long, and it's not like you're losing out with the fans like Fandango, like Bolieve, like what's his name? Don't be a lemon, be a rose, Adam Rose. So guys that actually come in and do stuff, and they lose that flavor, and they just like another guy. It ain't like these guys did that. All of a sudden, it just take like Dolph Ziggler, it's taken away from them for some reason. Like Randy Orton, it's taken away from them because we only want one focal point, and that focal point is John Cena. John Cena is the focal point. Everything he does, that's what we're gonna do. We may give you a shot for a couple weeks. He may be doing a movie for 3 months, but after he comes back, expect to lose the title to him. John Cena had other things that he was doing that whole time that Punk was there, and that's one of the reasons why Punk was so ticked off that he left, because he felt that John Cena did not deserve to the main event. He felt like he deserved.
I mean Batista and
Batista too, but he was also upset about the fact that a lot of focal point was on John Cena, being built on John Cena versus himself.
Okay, another thing. How many times he said in this show that things are never as good as they once were when they first happened? You saying that they put in the Attitude Era during all of this, and they're like, see how great it was.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. But it has the potential to be as good. When you got the guys in NXT, when you got Dolph Ziggler, when you got Bray Wyatt, when you got Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, when you got what's his name? Barrett. And you got Cesaro. When you got these guys, these are up and coming guys. I'm throwing Cody Rhodes in there. When you got guys like this that's going to put on a show every week, and then you just do stuff, you're not utilizing them properly because the focal point is John Cena. So, again, this is why I said they need to go back to the different brands. Because when you went to the different brands, like I said, we found out what Alberto Del Rio could do. We found out what Dolph Ziggler could do. We found out how good Cesaro is. We found out how good Wade Barrett is. It's because of the brands. Had it been like they're doing right now, where the focal point is all on Cena and the main event, whoever he's feuding against, whatever, I'm sorry.
Now, I totally agree with your whole becoming two brands again, but when you mean that, do you mean like how they used to have it? How they used to have Raw pay-per-views and SmackDown pay-per-views?
No, not that. They can still have the same pay-per-view. They just have the all right, this is SmackDown's version of whatever. I'm talking about. If Dolph Ziggler was on SmackDown, I didn't see him on Raw. SmackDown had the World Heavyweight Champion. Raw had the WWE.
Or vice versa.
And they did the draft. I love the draft to see because it gave the guys an opportunity to showcase themselves, and then the guys who were writing had the open door to say, hey, this is what we're going to do with this guy. And it worked. It worked. Now the focal point is all we know is John Cena and who we decide to lose to Cena.
Well, it's not like, again, even though technically Cena is the face or whatever like that, it's not like Cena's gonna when Brock comes back, it's not like Cena's gonna beat Brock.
Yeah, he is.
Remember, they're preparing for Brock or Roman Reigns.
I tell you right now, he's gonna beat him. Because what did they say? Look at Paul Heyman's face. What did they say last night? Look at Heyman's face. He's worried after what John Cena just showed tonight. Oh my God, he's ready for Brock Lesnar this time.
That's what they said.
Who wants to see John Cena and Brock Lesnar 3? Technically 4. I don't want to see it. I don't care. When he beat John Cena the first time, that was great. When he fought for second time, you got to have a rematch to that. Okay.
But it ended badly.
So what? Hold on. Did Randy Orton ever get a rematch for his match?
No.
Thank you. So therefore, you moved on with a different storyline. Bump Randy Orton.
Because of Daniel Bryan.
No, okay. No, but I'm saying you moved on from Randy Orton's rematch for his title, and you went with a different storyline or whatever. So all of a sudden, okay, because the way that ended, we gotta go. They gotta fight. No, they don't. Move on from it.
This would have been Daniel Bryan and Brock.
All I'm saying is,
if Bryan didn't get hurt, the plan was to have Brock come and beat Bryan.
All I'm saying
that was the plan.
If you would have had Randy Orton go against Brock Lesnar,
not like he would have won.
I don't care. It would have been more excitement because it would have been
their first encounter
revision. That not only that, but it would have been like technically almost when he became World Heavyweight Champion when he was with Evolution, and then they turned on him. And again, I said from the first time when he got back in Evolution, I was like, that's a stupid move for him because why would you follow Triple H again? You've been 12-time heavyweight champion, whatever. Come on, why
one away from tying Triple H?
Why would you need to follow Triple H again? So
tonight we saw they're getting further and further away from him, breaking away from the Authority.
So again, I can see him doing that, but again, who is he going to feud with?
Rollins.
Huh?
Rollins.
Not when Seth Rollins is going to be feuding with John Cena. Because Seth Rollins already declared, I'm coming after John Cena.
Well, there's no need. Okay.
So he's gonna. Okay, again.
But
who's Team Authority? Who's the captain? Seth Rollins is.
Okay.
So who is he going against? Team Cena.
We already know these guys.
They're gonna feud. They are going to feud, and maybe hold on. Maybe when Cena faces Brock, Seth is gonna have and intervene into the match or whatever. My point is this. Because they put so much emphasis and focus around John Cena, you're leaving guys that are good on the sideline that can do nothing. And I have to quote what Justin said last night. He was like, Dolph Ziggler put on a heck of a show last night, but I guess the WWE saying is like, we gave him the title. What else do you want? The guy has Dolph Ziggler every time he's fought. Put on the show.
Yes, he is put on.
And so again, didn't I say last week or the week before that? I said the guys that have been really putting on the show, each Monday Night Raw and the pay-per-views have been Dolph Ziggler, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. And I said that those are my top 5 guys, top 3. And I said my 5 would be Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, and Roman Reigns if they ever come back. Right now, you're not utilizing.
Well, Dan Bryan, when he was here, he was part of that too.
They're not utilizing him right. And I was listening to another interview. Well, this was actually the same interview with Stone Cold on his talk show that he has. And again, he was interviewing Paul Heyman. And he was talking to Paul Heyman. He said something about Damian Sandow. And he was like, yo, they are totally utilizing him wrong. And he says this guy, he actually said Damian Sandow has great potential. And he says, but when I first saw him come out in pink tights, he was like, why are they doing that? Why is he doing that? And he was like, saying how when they wanted him to come out in some other type of tights, and he was like, no, I want to wear my black tights. And he said he wore the tights the first time, the different color tights. I think they were red or whatever it is for the ringmaster or whatever.
Well, this is back in the time when they were desperate.
Hold on. And he said he wore it that one time, and then he came back and he was like, I'm not doing it again. He didn't have any clout in the company at the time. He was a ringmaster, so he had no clout whatsoever. So he said that he wore it the one time, and then after he wore it, he was like, I look ridiculous in this. I'm not doing it again. And he told them in the backstage, he said, look, I'm not wearing these tights again. He said that's all Sandow had to do was to say, you know, I'm not wearing these pink tights. That just doesn't work for me. And if you fire me, then you run the risk to fire me. But I'm not going to wear them. But the fact that Stone Cold said that, you know, Sandow has great in-ring ability, which he does. He does. But the stupid, we want Mizdow now, and he's this, that, and the other, and he's just a shadow boxer. And it's funny for a point, but for me, it's just not funny anymore. Let the guy be who the guy is. I mean, maybe it's possibly
the character that he played before worked for him.
Maybe no, not the little weak gay character that he was playing.
Where he was all this, you know, the smart guy and everything like that.
No, that was stupid. They had that. He was called the Genius. Lanny Poffo. That was his name. Macho Man's brother. No. So they need to know. Look, hold on. I think that they just need to let him wrestle. Damien, whatever. Just Damien, whatever. Here's another thing that ticked me off tonight. Mark Henry turned on the Big Show.
Mm-hmm. I see it coming anyway.
You saw it coming on the pay-per-view and whatever. That was going to happen. He put him in the Hall of Fame 3 times. Whatever. And he says he was going to. So his excuse was he was going to do it to me. First of all, here's another reason why I'm so ticked off. You need a tag team in the WWE. The tag team division is horrible. All you got is the Usos and Stardust. Gold Star. That's all you have.
Because
that's all you have.
Wyatt family has officially broken up.
The Wyatt family is broken up, which was stupid, by the way. Again, ticks you off. Who else? Obviously, Ryback and Baxel are through if he's going on the road that he is, which I hope it does. So that's not going to work. What else? Who else?
I don't think there's more. Well, there's a Los Matadores.
The Los Matadores, who cares? They're lost.
Slater Gator
is stupid. And I was thinking about this. You know who they ought to tag team him, Keith Slater up? Because I personally think Heath Slater has something.
Justin Gabriel?
Yes, they ought to put him in. They were tag team champions before. They need to hook them back up. Give them the name Nexus again. I don't care. Tag them up. They make a great tag team. Plus, it would help Justin Gabriel get over get
him back on TV.
His inability to actually please people, because when he was on TV as a tag team wrestler, he was good, and I think he needs Slater. I'm sorry, Titus O'Neil just doesn't do it for me. I know he went on NXT and he fought Adrian Neville for the title or whatever. I don't even know who if he won it or not. I don't even know what happened or anything like that. But the tag team division needs it, and I don't know if they're going to bring the Dudley Boys in. So again, you have a great possibility of the Big Show and Mark Henry being the world's biggest tag team. That's what they could have gone as or whatever and dominated. But you broke them up to have these two guys feud again. We've seen it. They're going to suplex each other off the rope and the ring is going to break. You know that's going to happen. So again, I'm sick and tired of the WWE. Right now, so
I don't know what they're doing, to be quite honest. I mean,
oh, you just defended him. Cena. They need to do Cena like this because he needs this. Please, and now what? No. You like Charlie Chris? Who are you, a Democrat or Republican now?
They're all as much a part of my story as I am a part of theirs. I am who I am today because of my time in the ring with them. You don't just want to make it here. You want to make it here and be the best. That common goal. That's what rivalries are all about.
I personally don't think that John Cena has had a rivalry.
His rival is Randy Orton. That's his rival.
But think about it. If you look at his rivalry that you just said, like you just said, with Randy Orton, compare his rivalry to Rock's Stone Cold. Compare his rivalry to Rock Triple H. Compare his rivalry to Stone Cold McMahon. Compare his rivalry to Stone Cold Bret Hart.
I didn't say they were better than that.
Those are rivalry. Compare his rivalry to Hulk Hogan, Randy Piper, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Hulk Hogan, Sting. It's not. It's like, here it is. This is it's like this. John Cena, Randy Orton. And every now and then Randy Orton gets here. And then all of a sudden Cena's there. Randy Orton catches up or whatever. And then they fake. And then but there's no consistent, and there's really not a good history that you can say, oh my God, going back to then. It's like the Road Warriors versus the Power of Pain, or the Road Warriors versus the Rock and Roll Express, or the Rock and Roll Express versus the Midnight Express, or the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys, or the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian. Those were rivalries. Like, oh man, I can't wait till these guys get back into the ring. Unfortunately. And here's another thing that they tick me off. Stephanie McMahon comes out to the ring and she tries to get John Cena embrace the hate. How many times y'all gonna keep doing that? Either you blame them though? No, it's stupid. Okay, every week John Cena, just come on to the dark side. They say you suck. They say you suck. And then you hear all the kids, Cena.
Tonight it sounded like everybody. For one night only, it was everybody.
No, it wasn't. And then he did it. And she's like, are you going to smile? Did you remember 5 minutes ago they were saying you suck? And come on, you can be Team Cena on the Authority. You can do this, All you got to do is just join us. No, I'm here for them. That's why I'm here. I fight for these people. And then Triple H comes out and threatens him. It's like, okay, the future's coming, the future's now, and whatever. And then John Cena's left like this. Look up when the $1 Million Man offered Hulk Hogan $1 million for his title. And then Hulk Hogan is like this. John Cena. I mean, come on. Again, we want to see. No. It's like I said. It's that tree again in the background. Here we go again. There's that tree. They're doing the same thing over again.
We want to see Cena go heel.
Matter of fact,
but
I don't even care anymore. Because if he did go heel, I probably wouldn't like it anyway. But here's what they're doing right now. They're doing what WCW did during the Monday Night Wars. Oh, Bret Hart, Kurt Hennig. Let's make them feud, and let's make them talk about their fathers, and like they did when they were both in the WWF. Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper. Let's make them feud, and let's talk about icons and this, that, and the other, like they did when they were in the WWE. Oh, the Ultimate Warrior. Let's let him and Hulk Hogan feud, and let's let them talk about who's the best, like they did when they were in the WWE. Oh, it's the Macho Man, the Madness versus the Mania. Let's let them feud like they did in the WWE. So again, there's no different. You just change. You're doing the same thing all over again. It's that tree in the background. Every 5 seconds, it's the tree. So I am sick and tired. Last night, Hell in a Cell, the match for me was Dolph Ziggler, Cesaro. Now we're talking about Rusev and Big Show. Rusev won again. Thanks to Mark Henry.
Mark Henry distracted.
Luckily, Big Show didn't come out and apologize. My only funny part was when JBL said, "Well, now we got another one that's let down America or whatever." Now Big Show has let down America like Mark Henry did or whatever. So
again, as I said, because we haven't heard anything from about Kurt Angle, it's gonna be Cena.
And I tweeted that last night. Justin said, "What would you have rather seen in a pay-per-view?" And I tweeted him back. I said, "I would rather see number one, John Cena lose and give Randy Orton a shot to go after Brock. Number one, because nobody's ever seen that. You want to definitely give people something. It's like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. Okay, we want to see these guys fight. They've been in the company for all these years. They haven't really gone at it yet. Let them do it."
But it was so long ago.
Cena, Randy Orton, and Brock Lesnar all came in at the same time together. I don't remember Randy Orton fighting Brock Lesnar.
It was something a long time ago.
Here's my phone. Let me see. Because if they fought, it'd be on YouTube. But my point is, you wanted Randy Orton to, because it's the possibility of what can happen. Randy Orton had been on high, and you want him to face Brock Lesnar because, he has that possibility. Well, apparently there is a match on here. It says Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Let's see. It's a YouTube match and it's from 2011. He says Rikishi. It says early in Randy Orton's career, before being the Viper or the Apex Predator, before he was the Legend Killer, before he was an Evolution, he was squashed by the next big thing, Brock Lesnar. So they fought on SmackDown, apparently years ago, because this is when Brock was a champion.
Brock, because they came the big thing before Cena and Orton.
Oh yeah. This is actually when Randy Orton first came into the ring, into wrestling, because he had his hair. Matter of fact, he had his hair like Buff Bagwell. Now that was, see, look at the move that Randy Orton is giving you right here. That's vintage Orton. This is not vintage Orton. He's on the top rope. Him flying off with a crossbody. Alright, so they fought
back before Randy Orton was really
when he was wet behind the ears. But it doesn't matter. So they did fight before, but Randy Orton was a rookie. Brock Lesnar was a champion at the time. Nobody technically remembers that match. I didn't even remember that match. It was on SmackDown. And as you can see, Taz was one of their ring announcers doing it. So you want that. But most of the fans had not seen that match. So again, Randy Orton put on a great show. That's the difference between Randy Orton. Randy Orton, a third generation wrestler, versus John Cena, who happens to be a fan. coming in and wrestling. John Cena sees it from a fan's perspective. Hold on. He sees it from a fan's perspective. And therefore, he acts as if how he did when he was pretending when he was a fan. Randy Orton learned the business from his grandfather and his father, and therefore he knows how to wrestle and put on a good show. John Cena does not put on a good show.
Remember, it's like half and half. It's like kind of, you got half the people in the WWE who are from, you know, they're the sons or whatever, the grandsons of this person, and then you got the guys who were just fans, like, no, when I grow up, I want to be a WWE superstar. Guys like Edge, he was a fan, and he's one of the greatest of all time.
Edge was trained by Stu Hart. That's a big difference. That's a big. Oh no, but I'm saying that's a big difference. Edge put on the show.
I'm guessing Hogan was a fan. I don't know. Maybe Hogan. He's the biggest of all time. He's the reason why wrestling is out here in the first place.
Okay, but my point is, you have like
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold was a wrestler. You got The Miz, who was a fan, and
He's
made it. The Miz is okay. The Miz is okay.
Ziggler.
But Dolph Ziggler, another fan. Remember, he was with the Spirit Squad. But he also has put on a show. His wrestling skills tell the show, tell the story. John Cena, for me, just doesn't tell the story. He acts like you, how you would act in front of a camera if you pretending that you're a wrestling fan, and what you would say to the person that you're going to go fight. I'm also doing a show right now because I don't expect anything big to come up. I don't expect anything big to happen. And we've already been talking about for 51 minutes already. So we said the Big Show lost. He didn't come on this tonight, and he did not apologize. Who else fought? Goldust and Stardust retained their titles against the Usos, right? That was actually the second. That was the third best match.
Sheamus beat The Miz.
Sheamus beat The Miz.
AJ retained.
They don't have anybody to go against Sheamus.
I already know who's gonna go against Sheamus.
Who?
Rusev.
No.
It's already been. Well, on BR, it's been.
Why don't you just say Bleacher?
Whatever. It's been
because I can go to the closet to get some bleach.
It's been predicted,
and then you can report it.
It's been what do you call it? Oh my gosh, let me lose my train of thought. It's been predicted that those two are gonna go out at Survivor Series, just like they predicted that Big Show and Mark Henry, which at the time I didn't believe it, but after seeing tonight, alright, they're gonna go at it at Survivor Series.
Who wants to see Sheamus and Rusev? Sheamus is not American. He's from Ireland. Is he from Ireland?
Yeah.
You ain't even sure.
He's from Ireland.
Where's Sheamus from?
Sheamus was born in Cabra, Dublin, Republic of Ireland.
Exactly.
Right. So he was born in Ireland. So who cares? Russia and Ireland, I don't.
Didn't you already say they cheer against anybody who goes against Rusev?
They would, but I don't care. I don't want to. He's not American.
He's going after the US title.
He's going. He's American.
Them.
So what? I don't care. I didn't
say it was going to be a big deal, but I'm saying they're going to do it.
I'd rather see him go against Kofi Kingston.
He ain't American either. He's African or Jamaican or whatever.
So, right now, Kane is facing Dolph Ziggler because Dolph Ziggler was seen shaking hands with John Cena. So therefore, Kane put him in a match with himself or whatever to basically intimidate him for going up against the team with Cena, which you know was going to either be Dolph Ziggler and the Usos, maybe even Ryback. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Randy Orton. So
is it 5-on-5 or 6?
I think it's like a 5-on-5. Let's see. Hey Google, what's the traditional Survivor Series match? Google doesn't know. It looks like 5-on-5.
So be Cena, the Usos, that's 2. You said Randy Orton, you said Ryback possibly, and Dolph Ziggler. That's already 5.
Yeah.
Then on the Authority, you know you're gonna have Seth Rollins. You're gonna have Kane, but I don't know who else you're gonna have. Probably even most likely Stardust and Goldust.
So
Maybe.
I'm basically very upset with the WWE right now. I think I want my $9.95 back because they really let me down with their things. And basically, think about this. The WWE did this years ago with Hulk Hogan. Nobody could beat Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan fought so many guys who were great and deserved title shots. Well, not title shots, but deserved title runs. And they didn't get in because they could not beat Hulk Hogan. Then finally, when the fans were just like, we're so over Hulk Hogan, just come on, I'm so sick and tired, they let him go.
It's the McMahon model.
And
that's all it is.
Then he went to go see WCW. He gets there, and it's the same thing. That doesn't work. It wasn't working.
That's why he
for
turned
them.
heel.
So then he turned heel and went, well, it worked because he joined with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, and it became the NWO. So that blew up from there.
And as you said, because of that, he became even bigger than he was.
So that is because they went with something different. It was something fresh versus the same old, and they're doing the same thing with John Cena.
You know, I'm thinking now,
it's
if
the
Cena goes heel, if Cena goes heel now, I'm kind of thinking about, they'll kind of be like, no, it's just something Hogan did a long time ago. I'm thinking that's what they're gonna be like. Oh, Hogan did that.
Well, I mean, the problem is because he hasn't done it since he was first came in when he was a doctor of thugonomics. When he was which he was a heel and nobody liked. But I mean,
think about thugonomics because they wanted him to be the face because he was.
No, he won the Intercontinental title.
He's never been Intercontinental Champion.
Yes, he did.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he is. He won the Intercontinental Champion, and he won the Intercontinental title, and I think he lost to what's his name? The next night. God, what's his name? I spit in the face.
Carlito.
Yeah,
that was the U.S. Championship.
Are you sure?
Yes, Cena's never been Intercontinental Champion.
WWE Carlito. Carlito. His name is Carly? His real name is Carly? His real name is Carly Colon. I like Carlito. His name, his birth name is Carlos Edwin Colon, but Carly. Oh my God, his real name is Carly. Okay.
Well, what I'm getting right here, it says, he's held 22 championship reigns, has 12 times as WWE champion, 3 as the world heavyweight champion. He has the 4th highest number of combined days as WWE World Heavyweight Champion behind Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, and Hulk Hogan.
Okay, so he defeated John Cena for the United States Championship.
Like I said,
but still,
never been Intercontinental Champion.
He has been Intercontinental Champion. It says right here.
He's never been.
It says he beat Kurt Angle for the Intercontinental Championship right here. Anyway, so I don't even know what my point is fooling with him, but I'm just so.
Ziggler has just beat Kane.
Let's take a look.
slam, Dolph Ziggler slides down the back, shoulders down, looking for a counter right, and he's back. Dolph's got it. Oh my gosh.
And again, this guy puts on a show every week.
So, are you saying he could again become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion?
Why not? Give the guy a shot. I mean, come on. Guys,
You have to remember his first 2 reigns where he technically
now I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton came out and saved him. Let's just fast forward because we know what's gonna happen.
Oh, Cena came out. Cena. Don't see Randy Orton yet. Like I said, I still don't believe Cena's like, I'm going out there to save him. But, you know, in this predicament, that is the guy that's going to be on his team. So, you know, that makes sense.
And this is John Cena with everyone. He's famous. Let me grab him so I can get some of the accolades.
Well,
Here, y'all. Here.
you did hear Stephanie. He was like,
Let me give him the title. That's typical John Cena. The crap I don't like, which is why a lot of people don't like him. It's basically the Usos all over again. It's the Usos all over again, going against the Authority or whatever.
Usos never been against the Authority.
Well, technically, were because they was with John Cena.
Well, you know the Usos are going to join his team.
They were with John Cena. So again, that's why I'm doing the show right now, because I'm totally frustrated with Hell in a Cell and so far with Monday Night Raw. And the guys need to be fired. And they asked, Stone Cold asked Paul Heyman, would he consider writing again? And this is what he said. He says, does anyone come to you and ask you for your opinion? And Paul Heyman said, a lot of wrestlers will come to him and ask him their opinion. And he says, if they come to me and they ask, he said, of course, I will give them my opinion on what they should do and how they should handle their career and where they should go and do this, do that, and the other. He says, I will give them my opinion. He says, but as far as him giving it freely, he says he won't do that because that's how he got in trouble before, basically trying to give them the opinion as far as where the company is going, and it just wasn't working, and that's how he bumped heads, and he left the first couple times because they was always bumping heads. But he says when people come and ask him for his opinion, like wrestlers, he says he gladly gives them his opinion on the directions they should take as far as in the company. This right here, I think they need to put him back on the writing team, because I think Vince Russo was very overrated, even though he was given a lot of credit for the stuff that he did. He's one of the reasons why WCW sucked and went where it went, because everyone thought Vince Russo was the mastermind behind that after he left WWE. Because you have to think yourself, well, why would WWE let this valuable guy go? Because he wasn't really that valuable. So after he left, he ran WCW into the ground with the stupid storylines that they were doing, and WWE flourished and got better after he left. So
they started getting opinion from the superstars themselves, like Triple H and Shawn. Most likely they were getting, what do you think we guys should do? And Vince, they all took it into consideration.
Well, Vince was seeing the money, that stuff was working. Oh, well, let's go with it, whatever. So again, we're about over an hour. I'm done being ticked off right now. What time is it? It is 10:38. Do you really think anything's going to happen within the next 25 minutes, 23 minutes, 25 minutes that on the show that we need to wait for? No, I guarantee you. Well, same thing that just happened here. Who's the main event? Oh, Seth Rollins, John Cena. The same thing's going to happen. How John Cena ran and saved them. They're going to run down Kane and Jamie, Triple H, whatever, and they're going to jump John Cena. Maybe Dean Ambrose may run in and help. Maybe Dolph Ziggler is going to run and help. I don't care.
Maybe the Usos.
I don't want to see it.
Maybe even Randy Orton might come back.
Again, I don't think it's going to be important enough that I have to put it on the show. So,
After all the angry stuff we talked about, let's just put something that's, I guess, okay enough.
Shut up.
We've been angry this whole show, talking about why the WWE is disappointing us.
You been angry? I didn't see no anger come from you. Well, John Cena's this, John Cena's that. Please, you've been an advocate. Thank you. Shut down again.
Not really.
I wish you really come back with something
Not
good.
really.
I'm gonna change your name from Simply Steve to Shut Down Steve, because you get shut down every week.
No,
I'm gonna come back one day. You just hear me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Because this is what John Cena does. He's gonna come back, and I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna beat you, Dad. I'm just gonna beat you, and you're gonna look little like I look little right now, and you look all big, and I look all little and stuff like that right there. I'm gonna be like this on you. Because he can't. So, for Stephen J. and Shut Down Steve, we are done talking about wrestling. 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's how ticked off I am about what the hell in the cell and Monday night crap. So, for Stephen J. and for Simply Steve, we are done talking about wrestling. Peace. Peace.